The planet Zephyra was a world of chaos. Its skies burned with streaks of alien spacecraft, while its ground shook under the march of endless armies. For centuries, two alien empires, the Tralaxians and the Varathi, had fought here. Cities that once gleamed with crystal towers now lay in ruins. Fields were scarred with craters and rivers carried ash instead of water. The people were tired. They longed for peace, yet neither empire would give up. Princess Liara of the Tralaxians walked through the halls of her palace, her steps echoing in the vast empty corridors. She was known across the stars for her wisdom and courage, but even she could feel the weight of her people's suffering pressing down on her. Reports of battles, destroyed villages, and starving children filled her mind. Something had to be done, and she had to act quickly. Her council had gathered, a mix of seasoned generals, advisors, and diplomats. They argued in heated tones. "We cannot trust the Varathi," one general said, slamming his fist on the table. "They will betray any truce as soon as we lower our defenses." Liara listened, calm but firm. "I understand your concerns," she said, "but the fighting cannot continue. Millions have died. Our armies are exhausted. If we do not find another way, Zephyra will become nothing but a grave." The council fell silent. Her words carried truth. Both empires were nearing the breaking point, yet pride and hatred made compromise impossible. Then a new solution was proposed. Something unexpected. A human had arrived from Earth, a species rarely seen beyond their own solar system. Humans were unpredictable, resilient, and strong in ways the aliens did not fully understand. Some called them fragile, yet legends told of human courage capable of inspiring entire armies. The council suggested that Liara wed this human. The union would not be for love but for peace, creating a bond that neither empire could ignore. Liara frowned. The idea was unusual, even bold. But in times like these, boldness was necessary. "Bring him to me," she commanded. "I will decide if he is worthy of such a responsibility." Captain Nathan Hayes arrived in Zephyra's capital city aboard a small human shuttle. He was tall, lean, and calm, with eyes that seemed to measure everything at once. Humans were rare here, and Nathan knew that every move would be watched. He stepped down from the shuttle, his uniform immaculate and his posture relaxed but alert. The Tralaxian guards examined him carefully. Their expressions were unreadable, a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. Humans had fought in other parts of the galaxy, but none had ever commanded armies or negotiated peace on this scale. Nathan was entering a world where the rules were different, yet he did not falter. Liara met him in the palace's central chamber. She was striking, with silver hair that shimmered under the crystal lights and eyes that held centuries of intelligence. Nathan bowed slightly, not out of fear but respect. "Princess Liara," he said, "it is an honor to meet you." Liara studied him carefully. She expected a weak, fragile human, someone who would crumble under the weight of her world. Instead, she saw calm confidence, an alertness that promised he could think clearly even in the worst situations. Perhaps, she thought, humans were stronger than the legend suggested. Their first conversation was cautious. Liara explained the war, the suffering, and the fragile peace she hoped to create. Nathan listened, asking questions not out of skepticism but to understand the people and the culture. His questions were simple, yet they revealed a mind capable of solving problems others could not. "Why would you agree to marry me?" Liara asked finally, her voice soft but direct. Nathan met her gaze. "Because war is never won by one side alone," he said. "And because if this is what it takes to save millions, I will do it. Humans fight for what is right, not for pride or glory." Liara blinked. His answer was unexpected. It carried honesty and courage, qualities rare in any species. She nodded slowly. Perhaps this human could be more than just a symbol of peace. Perhaps he could be a force no one anticipated. The next step was the Tralaxian ceremony. Here Nathan had to prove his worth in the traditional duel, a test of strength and skill designed for the strongest warriors. Observers from both empires watched, expecting a swift and humiliating defeat for the human. Even Liara wondered if he could survive. The duel began in a vast arena. Alien warriors towered over Nathan, their limbs strong and bodies built for combat. The crowd's cheers and roars echoed like thunder. Nathan took a deep breath, centering himself. His hands were bare, his movements simple, but his mind was sharp. The first strike came fast. A Tralaxian warrior lunged with a weapon that shimmered with energy. Nathan dodged, rolling with a speed that surprised everyone. He countered not with brute force, but with precise strikes aimed at vulnerable points, learned from studying alien physiology before arriving. The crowd gasped. Strike after strike, Nathan moved with a fluidity no alien expected. He used the environment, leaping off walls and weaving through obstacles. His style was unpredictable, not following any known alien combat rules. Slowly, the tide of the duel shifted. The warriors could not anticipate his moves. Liara watched, her eyes wide. She had seen strong humans before, but never like this. Nathan's strength was not just in his body, but in his mind. He could adapt, think, and react faster than anyone expected. Alien spectators whispered among themselves. "How can a human be like this?" they murmured. Finally, after a long and intense duel, Nathan stood victorious. Not a scratch marked him, yet every alien warrior faced him with newfound respect. He did not gloat or show anger. He simply acknowledged their skill and offered a nod of respect. The arena erupted in astonishment. For the first time, many aliens began to see humans as more than fragile creatures. They were resilient, intelligent, and capable of unexpected feats. Liara felt a shift in her heart as well. She had married for peace, but perhaps she had also witnessed something extraordinary, a strength that no alien had ever truly understood. After the duel, Nathan and Liara walked through the palace gardens. Flowers of colors that no human had seen bloomed under the alien sun. The air smelled of something sweet, unfamiliar, yet comforting. Liara turned to him. "You are unlike any human I have read about," she said softly. "You fight with more than your body. You fight with your mind and your spirit," Nathan smiled. "Humans have always had to be adaptable. We survive by thinking, by learning, and by refusing to give up. Strength is not just in muscle." Liara nodded. She began to understand that humans could change the course of events in ways aliens could not imagine. She wondered what else he might be capable of, and what that meant for the fragile peace she was trying to build. That night, as the two sat under the twin moons of Zephyra, Liara reflected on the day's events. The war had brought destruction, but it had also brought her to this human, a warrior, a thinker, a symbol of hope. Perhaps, she thought, this was the start of something greater than herself, greater than either empire. Across the galaxy, whispers began. A human had arrived on Zephyra. A human had stood against warriors far stronger than himself. And a human might just hold the key to ending a war that had lasted centuries. Liara watched Nathan quietly as he reviewed maps and reports, already thinking of strategies to maintain peace. She felt a strange mix of admiration and curiosity. The human was unlike anything she had expected. The first part ends with a quiet promise, a sense that the coming days would test both of them, but that together, human and Tralaxian, they could achieve what neither could do alone. A new era was about to begin, one where the strength of humans might reshape the galaxy forever. The sun rose over Zephyra, painting the ruined landscape in golden light. For the first time in centuries, there was a fragile calm. The Tralaxian and Varathi armies had agreed to a truce, formalized by the marriage of Princess Liara and Captain Nathan Hayes. The human had proven himself in the duel, earning respect across both empires. But peace, Liara knew, was delicate. Nathan moved through the city streets, observing the rebuilding efforts. Soldiers and civilians worked side by side, clearing rubble and repairing broken walls. He noted their determination and resilience, qualities that reminded him of his home planet, Earth. Though humans were few here, Nathan realized that their courage and adaptability could inspire the aliens to fight for a greater purpose, survival and harmony. Liara walked beside him, her thoughts heavy. "Nathan, the truce is fragile. Any misstep could ignite war again." Nathan nodded. "I know, but if we prepare and stay alert, we can hold it together. Humans never back down from a challenge, and I will make sure our allies don't either." Her eyes softened. She had married for peace, but Nathan had brought something more: hope. Then the warning came. A fleet of Varathi ships led by a rogue general named Varkon had broken the truce. They attacked a neutral city, burning buildings and striking at innocent civilians. The aliens' advanced weapons unleashed destruction, and chaos spread faster than anyone expected. Liara froze. "They cannot do this. Not after everything we agreed." Nathan's expression hardened. "We cannot wait. We have to act." He quickly assessed the situation. The city was surrounded by enemy forces, but the Tralaxian defenders were ready to fight. Nathan turned to Liara. We need a plan. If we move carefully, we can defend the city and save the people. Liara nodded. I will command the Tralaxians, you... Her voice faltered for a moment. You will lead the human forces? Nathan smiled slightly. Humans fight in ways others don't expect. Let me show you. The battle began at dusk. Vorathi warriors poured into the city, their ships firing energy beams that reduced walls to dust. Tralaxian soldiers held the streets, but they were outnumbered. Nathan led a group of human soldiers into the fray. They were small compared to the aliens, but Nathan's calm presence and quick thinking made them effective. He used the environment in ways the aliens did not expect. Broken buildings became cover, narrow alleys became traps, and rubble became weapons. Nathan's tactics were unconventional, but they worked. He directed the human soldiers to flank the Vorathi, striking where they were weakest. Liara watched from a command tower. She saw Nathan leap from wall to wall, dodging energy blasts and guiding his soldiers with precision. His strength was not just in fighting, it was in leadership, courage, and quick thinking. The Tralaxian soldiers were inspired. They joined the humans, and together, they formed a united front. Varkon, the rogue general, watched from his flagship. He had expected an easy victory, but the humans' unpredictable tactics frustrated him. Nathan's small team moved like a storm. Appearing where Varkon least expected, the Vorathi forces began to falter. Nathan realized that the key to winning was not strength alone, but strategy. He used alien technology in new ways, turning energy shields into barriers that trapped enemy forces and redirecting weapons to cut off reinforcements. Each move surprised the aliens, shaking their confidence. In the heart of the city, Nathan faced Varkon directly. The rogue general was massive, his armor glinting with energy and his strength unmatched. But Nathan did not hesitate. He observed Varkon's movements carefully, looking for patterns, weaknesses, anything to exploit. The first clash was brutal. Varkon swung with powerful strikes that could crush a human instantly. Nathan ducked, rolled, and countered with precise attacks at vulnerable points in the armor. He moved faster than the general expected, using momentum and timing to his advantage. Each strike Nathan landed was calculated, exploiting gaps in Varkon's technique. Liara and the soldiers watched in disbelief. The human, small by alien standards, faced the giant general with courage and skill no alien had ever seen. Nathan's determination and quick thinking allowed him to hold his ground, turning what seemed like impossible odds into an opportunity. The battle continued, and Nathan's human team played a critical role. They created distractions, set traps, and used the terrain to their advantage. Slowly, Varkon's forces were pushed back. The Tralaxians, inspired by the humans' resilience, fought harder than they had in decades. Finally, Nathan saw an opening. Varkon overextended his attack, leaving a gap in his defense. Nathan moved quickly, using his momentum to deliver a decisive strike. The rogue general fell, defeated but alive. His forces, witnessing his loss, surrendered immediately. The city was saved. Civilians emerged from hiding, cheering for Nathan and his human team. Liara descended from the command tower, her eyes shining with admiration. She approached Nathan as he stood among the soldiers, exhausted but victorious. You have done what no one believed possible, she said softly. You have saved the city and shown us the true strength of humans. Nathan shook his head slightly. It wasn't just me. It was the soldiers, and it was all of you who believed we could do this together. Humans fight, yes, but we also fight with our minds and hearts. That is our strength. Liara smiled. She realized that marrying Nathan for peace had been wise, but it had also shown her something greater. Humans were more than their bodies. They possessed courage, creativity, and resilience that no alien had truly understood. In the days that followed, the Tralaxian and Vorathi empires held firm to the truce. Nathan's actions had proven that cooperation between species was not only possible but necessary. He became a symbol of hope, a living example of human might in the galaxy. Liara and Nathan worked together, planning for the future. They trained joint forces, rebuilt cities, and established programs where humans and aliens could learn from each other. The princess saw how humans could inspire others, creating unity where once there was only conflict. Even more remarkable was the change in perception. Aliens who had once underestimated humans began to respect them. They saw that strength was not only measured in size or weapons, but in intelligence, adaptability, and courage, qualities Nathan displayed in every action. One evening, as Zifara's twin moons rose in the sky, Liara and Nathan stood on a balcony overlooking the city. The streets below were alive with rebuilding efforts and laughter, a sound not heard in decades. "You have changed everything," Liara said. "Not just the war, but how our people see humans." Nathan looked out at the city, thinking of Earth, his training, and the countless challenges he had faced. "We humans survive by thinking, by adapting, and by refusing to give up. Strength is more than muscle. It is spirit and determination." Liara nodded. She felt pride and hope for the first time in years. The galaxy was vast, filled with conflicts and challenges, but she now understood that humans could face them in ways no one else could. Nathan turned to her, a small smile on his face. "The war is not over everywhere, but we have shown that peace is possible. And we have shown that humans are not weak. We are a force to be reckoned with, together." The princess's eyes glimmered with understanding. She had wed a human for peace, but she had gained more than a truce. She had witnessed something extraordinary. The strength of a human spirit that could inspire empires, change the course of battles, and bring hope where there had been none. And so Zifara began a new era. Humans and aliens worked side by side, learning from each other, and building a future free from the shadows of war. Nathan Hayes, a single human, had proven that even in a galaxy of giants, humans could stand tall, fight bravely, and release a strength that no alien had ever truly witnessed. Liara placed her hand on Nathan's shoulder. "You have given us more than peace," she said. "You have given us hope. You have given us human might." Nathan smiled, not with pride but with quiet determination. "We all have a part to play. The future belongs to those who fight with courage, and sometimes that courage comes from the most unexpected places." The twin moons shone over the city, reflecting on the humans and aliens working together. For the first time in centuries, Zifara's people could believe in a future not ruled by fear, but by cooperation, respect, and the extraordinary power of the human spirit.